So let me pop this chart up real quick. So you see October eclipse 2022, the 25th of October, 5:48 a.m. Central Daylight Time for where I live, adjusting your time zone because it's a new moon. So all metaphysicians, wake up, stand up. This is your new moon. It's a new moon in Scorpio, right? Yeah, Scorpio has the Pluto power. Okay. So this is a rebirthing process in relationships, in soul stories, releasing old relationships, releasing those cellular connections, right? And then creating new soul stories. See, look, sun, there's the sun, there's the moon. You see that? Can you see that? And what else do you see is at 2 degrees? It's actually at 239. Venus at 239. And then there is the south node that I mentioned. So that is important to know about as well, because for you know, in your chart, what if you have something at like 10, 11, 12, 13 degrees of Scorpio or Taurus for that matter, right? Because that would mean the nodes, right? You see how the north node is over here? This is the north node in Taurus, right? That north node in Taurus, if you have something at that degree, you know, at the time of this new moon, that would be another piece of information to add to your file, right? To this eclipse file, we'll call it. So 2 degrees, 2 degrees, 2 degrees, talk about all about values. Venus is present now. Venus is here. So feminine energy has a say in this. It's not just masculine, right? We know that the sun has a say because it's masculine. Scorpio has a say because it's masculine. And it's, that's the masculine side of things. But here's feminine is present because it's the moon, feminine, and Venus. So this super excites me. But it also tells me that this new beginning is going to be quite powerful because of Pluto being a ruler of Scorpio. And wherever Pluto is and whatever it creates, it's something that has the ability to supposedly die and then be reborn, right? It's got the Phoenix rising type of energy. It literally can come to life after it has died. And the beauty of that is that it doesn't literally die. It just basically says, okay, so that chapter is over. It's time to reinvent myself. It's time to say, okay, now what is my passion? Now where are my values? What are my values? Who do I value? Here's some other things. See what you don't want anymore. You are seeing what you don't want anymore because it's the south node. It's where we're like, okay, I'm unloading this. And this could be material things, by the way. It doesn't have to just be, like, okay, I love that person, I don't love them anymore. No, this is our shared values. So you may see people selling homes. You may see people getting rid of the Winnebago. You may see people, just unloading off on stuff that's been in the family for a while. That's a really good possibility because it's Scorpio, it's Pluto. So it's stuff that's just, shared values from both sides that's been around for a while. This will also be emotions, right? Right? And we can't forget finances, but intimacy. So it's also sexuality, right? Because it's the sign of Scorpio, but vulnerability, deep emotions, things I mentioned it, intense and powerful stuff. Fear. This may be a great opportunity where prior to this eclipse, especially if you have something there, you may be feeling this now. This recording is the beginning of August. And I know right around mid-month of August, Mercury started, like the 20th, Mercury started getting within its retrograde zone, the shadow zone. So even then we started really thinking because it was in Virgo. And Virgo is the details, right? And Virgo energy sextiles the Scorpio energy. So it's like they're talking, because, well, Mercury and Venus, they're siblings, but would that then make Mercury and Mars siblings as well, right? You follow what I'm saying? Because it's a sextile energy. They talk to each other, right? So what are we releasing? What pains? What fears? What vulnerabilities? And because it's in Scorpio, it likely is stuff you've carried around. It doesn't mean it was from childhood in this lifetime. This is stuff, memories, soul memories, right? And so they have a vibration, they have an energy. And it's time to let that to just get rid of that ball and chain, literally, to let it go, to release it. Now, I want to say something here. Because Mars is a co-ruler of Scorpio, the way to release it is not by like grabbing a weapon and blowing somebody away or driving over a cliff. That's not what we're talking about, folks. I realize there are certain individuals who are on their own soul's path and everyone has their own journey. I get it. But anytime you hear me speak, if I don't clarify, just know, a blanket statement, a disclaimer right off the bat. If I talk about it's time to let someone go, it's time to walk away, it literally means we're just simply walking away. We're not harming anybody. My motto, if it harms none, let it be done. Like, that is my motto, right? So, shared assets, homes, right? Finances. Some of that may be going on. This may require us to step outside our comfort zone. Okay, so let's take a look at this chart a little bit deeper, because Venus is involved. That was the financial part of it that I mentioned. Venus and Scorpio, yeah, definitely. Finances, shared investments, like portfolios, stuff like that. There might be some of that happening. We have Mercury in law, Mercury in Libra, fair and balanced. You see that there? I'm sorry, let me make the marker here. So, South Node in Scorpio, and the exact opposite of it, 1322, is Taurus at 1322. Okay. We have Uranus at 17 in Taurus at this time. Now, 17 degrees, what would square that? That would be Leo energy at 17. So if you have something over here at 17, then that would be that would be an uncomfortable square. See that? Woohoo! I love it. I can draw lines. And then if you had something at 17 degrees in, looky, 17 degrees in Aquarius. And what do we have? So we have Saturn there at 1835. Saturn in Aquarius, somebody who's in charge. This is the rules. This is the regulations. An authority figure, so government, big time, because it's Saturn. And then Uranus, right? Shocks and surprises within that. Hold on, I'm going to pretend like I know what I'm doing here. Let's see if I can draw a straight line. So that is still existing. All right, so that's a big T square. You see, it makes like, that way and that way. Pretty uncomfortable. And so, if you have something at 16, 17, 18, 19 degrees in Aquarius or in Leo, you've already been feeling that. Okay, you've already been under this. This isn't new for you. From August 24th to October 25th, we did experience, I kind of already mentioned it, an exact square between Saturn and Uranus at 18 degrees. Yeah, difficult stuff. Uncomfortable. And so it's with people who are in charge. It's with our money and our values, because it's Taurus energy. Yeah, so Taurus energy, our values and our money. One thing I want to click on real fast, look at Black Moon Lilith. Look at Black Moon Lilith over here. See Black Moon Lilith in the sign of Cancer, right by the Gemini, the 28-degree cusp line. She's at 156. Yeah, she's at 156, so that's like 2 degrees in the sign of Cancer. You know what that means, folks? That means that this Black Moon Lilith is trining this new moon, this eclipse, this south node, this solar eclipse new moon is being trined by Black Moon, powerful Lilith. Remember, it's the sign of Cancer, so it's our emotions, it's the public sentiment. How is the public feeling at this time? Well, it's trining the Scorpio energy of release and letting go. Okay, so I got to say, this is fascinating. I'm going to draw a line because all of this is being trined by Black Moon Lilith. You see that? We've got Vulcan, which I didn't even talk about yet. Vulcan is right there at 0 degrees in Scorpio. So that's also part of this. Vulcan is the forger of metals. Vulcan is something that is hard. It's something that is tangible. Vulcan is considered, it's that blacksmith who's got the hammer and the anvil, right? Who knows how to bend metals. So it's kind of almost got this metaphysical, magical type of vibe to it. Vulcan energy is extremely powerful. For those who follow the rays, it's Ray 1 energy. It's the create or destroy energy. Think about it. You take a piece of iron, depending upon the temperature, you can turn that thing into liquid, or you can shape it, mold it, and form it, and create something that is just about indestructible. That's the sign of Vulcan. So Black Moon Lilith, the public, the emotions, and this is female power, by the way, because it's Cancer energy, feminine energy, I'll put it like that. So anytime I've said female, I apologize. I should have said feminine energy. Anytime I said male, I should be saying masculine energy. Okay. Black Moon Lilith, trining this grand new beginning that demands a release. We are demanding a shared value release, and it's with those who have quite a bit of power. They have shared values, shared interests, shared money, but it goes way back. So individuals who may have some old money from family members, meaning history, generational money, but it's beyond generational money. These are like soul contracts ending. These are like soul agreements. It's no longer a value of mine. I want to mention here, Mars is at this time, Mars is about to begin its retrograde. For those of you who don't know, go watch my video on Out of Bounds Mars, because we have Out of Bounds Mars. And so that matters big time, because Mars rules this new moon, this eclipse. Mars and Pluto. Mars and Pluto rule this eclipse. And what's Pluto? Pluto is power, but because it's in the sign of Capricorn, folks, this is the government and the rules and the regulations coming in and saying enough is enough. Pluto says, I'm going to give you the power, but just so you know, I'm watching. I'm going to be silent. I'm going to be invisible, but I'm watching. That's what Pluto is. And Pluto at this time, being the ruler, sharing I'll just say being the ruler of this new moon, this is a grand new beginning. And because it's Mercury in the sign of Libra, I would expect something major to be heard, especially in the United States. As far as in the judicial system, courtrooms, and that is lawyer energy, Libra, lawyer energy. It's the scales of justice, Libra, the scales of justice. You see that? It's at 22 degrees, so it would square difficultly and angle anything or anything you have in your chart and anybody else. If you have something at 22 degrees in the sign of Capricorn, or 22 degrees over here in the sign of Cancer, Mercury is going to be squaring that. All right. That 22, 23 degree mark right there, that's when the pandemic began. All right. We had the great conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter right there. 2020, January 2020 was the great conjunction. So Mercury is squaring that. It is referencing back to the past. It absolutely is, because Pluto is history. It is history, but it goes beyond the material and the tangible and the timeline history that we understand. Pluto is the soul's history, right? So Pluto's going to be the history of the government and big business, because it's in the sign of Capricorn. Big structures within our society, civilization. It sets up and it organizes. It is the rule of law. It is the CEO. It's the top dog, right? And because it's Pluto, it does kind of hint around to who was the top dog. So I think you get my drift. If you got any questions, just comment to me below. Thank you for everybody who's been hanging in there and encouraging me. And your comments have really helped, because it's been just a crazy, trying time for me. A lot of it's here. A lot of it's here in my physical body. Like, there's just been a lot of squares for me, and then digitally, the energy, like there's just all that simultaneously happening. I'm just like, why do I even bother? Some days I get like that and I feel like, who cares? Does anybody care anyway? Does anybody really want to hear this? And so sometimes I get like that. So thank you for everybody who, whether it was through reading comments or picked up on my vibe or whatever, the encouragement helps. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And again, if you have any questions about your own chart, just please reach out, put your stuff down below in the comment section. I think looking at other charts and and being helpful, being productive in that way, that does help me. So yeah, it's all good. Time to power forward. All right, I gotta go. It's dinner time. Bye bye. For the cats. So below the video, I'll have all the degrees for those of you who like to pay attention to the degrees in your chart. Again, if you don't know and you want to know, just comment below.